I'm joined with Marty Tunney from IsoEnergy here at the Beaver Creek Precious Metals Summit. Marty, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So, Marty, you're the only uranium company that we're talking with here at the Precious Metals Summit. What's your outlook on uranium?
Very strong outlook. I mean, I think the world has decided that nuclear is going to be the way to go in terms of having a carbon-free source of baseload energy, and it's being adapted. And the only way to increase production is increase the mine production of uranium. So, very strong outlook for us.
I think this is the first time we've chatted with IsoEnergy. I'm not sure if we've had you guys on our platform before. What's the high-level overview of the company?
So the company is really focused on, right now, two things. One is expanding our highest grade uranium deposit globally in the Athabasca Basin. It's approximately 50 million pounds, about 35% uranium, which is, leaps and bounds ahead of everyone else. And then also near-term production in the United States. And we're really focused on being on 3 jurisdictions, and being Canada, US, and Australia. So safe mining jurisdictions.
So you guys recently announced that you guys plan to go to production soon in Utah.
Yes.
What can you tell us?
So we acquired 3 past-producing, fully permitted mines from Energy Fuels back in 2021. Along with that, we got a toll milling agreement at their White Mesa mill in Blanding from Energy Fuels. And we've been working towards reopening these projects. And we recently reopened the portal at Tony M. And in the last 4 or 5 weeks, we've had a team in there doing rehabilitation work in the underground. We've been replacing some of the equipment and really advancing it towards the production ready decision. And that's going to come following basically a trade-off engineering study with some economics wrapped around it. And the idea is to be in production at some point in 2025.
Wow. You guys had some assets in Argentina. You decided to sell them. What happened there?
So when the company was formed, the original Consolidated Uranium, before the merger with IsoEnergy, Phil Williams had the idea, along with several other the founding members of the team, to go out and start picking up low-hanging fruit when no one cared about uranium deposits. So as they built up this portfolio of kind of unloved, unwanted assets, there was really, and I wouldn't say no direction, it was let's bring everything we can that seems at a good price, and then figure what we'll do with it later. And as we started to advance the portfolio and realize what we wanted to focus on, some things really we weren't able to give them the attention they needed. And the same thing happened with our assets out in the East Coast. We spun those out into Labrador Uranium, which ultimately went into Atha. We spun out, or we sold those assets down in Argentina to a company called Jaguar Uranium, which is still private and going to go public later this year is the expectation. But we're looking for opportunities where we can give value back to our shareholders. And we wait for the right opportunity, and when we do it, works for all of us. We make money, our shareholders make money, everyone should be happy.
So let's go back to the La Roque project in the Athabasca Basin. What do you guys need to do next to advance the project?
Although the deposit's relatively well known, Dr. Darrell Clark, who's our EVP of Exploration and Development, he has this theory that this is really a deposit that's like pearls on a string. So it's not just one single deposit, and there's the potential that there's multiple deposits along a multi-kilometer, I think 7 to 9 kilometer corridor, that he's identified some really good targets using ambient noise tomography, and he's really been a proponent of that, one of the leading users of the ANT technology. And so we're out drilling those targets and also drilling some of the additional properties that we've got in the basin. And so really it's trying to build up that portfolio. And in the meantime, we're also thinking about if we were going to mine this, and eventually the plan would be for us, or either maybe stand alone or in partnership with someone else, or however we do it, to go ahead and do that. And we're looking at different mining methods potentially to do that. There's various novel ways to approach it. So we're trying to figure that out in the background as well.
Okay, so Marty, last question for you. If I'm an investor watching, or I have you guys on my watch list, what am I looking out for over the remainder of the year?
Look, we're going to be putting out some exciting news, I think, on the exploration results. from the drilling that we've been doing up in the basin. You can follow what we're doing down at Tony M when we're getting ready to announce a production decision. And then, keep an eye on us. We are a team that's made up of, I'm a mining engineer, but I'm also a past investment banker, as is Phil, as is Jason, as is a number of members of the board. We're a team that grew by M&A, and we're going to continue to look at opportunities out there, and you never know. We're always going to continue to look to be opportunistic and accretive.
All right, well, Marty, thanks for hopping on here at a short moment's notice. We appreciate your time, and I hope you have a successful week of meetings.
You too, and I appreciate you having us in, and I appreciate everyone taking the time to listen to this.